Hello, everyone. I'm very excited for today as we are actually move goes to China, and probably this is the first formal podcast setup that we've done here in China. I remember on our first year, Glyza and I did a small podcast inside our hotel room, and now we're here and very excited to actually interview the team from Speedfulfill. So Omar actually is co-hosting with us today, and the team will be asking questions. We actually did a full tour yesterday and today, and for everyone listening and watching, I'll be asking questions to the team so that you can learn more about what they do, how they can support you, especially in this ever-changing tariff situations and quick and very fast turnover in e-commerce business. So first of all, Omar is my co-host is here, and we are joined by Mark, Bruce, and Vinny. So they are the management that hosted us here in Speed Fulfill, and we can start by just maybe asking you your name and position. If you can just introduce yourself to our listeners, and we can start from there. So, Mark.
All right. So thank you for having us on the platform today. Mark Malunda, co-founder and CMO at Speedfulfill. And we're really glad to have you guys today. And we're here also with our team, our CEO, Bruce, over there.
The big boss.
Exactly. So Bruce is Speedfulfill CEO and one of close friends as well. And then you have Vinny as well from our marketing team. Vinny has been really great over our marketing department, and also I think the dinners that we had with the team, right?
Yes. All right. Thank you for that introduction. So, just a little bit more background. Few months, weeks ago, Mark and I already have connected, and we shared. I shared what Move does. He shared what Speed Fulfill does, and it became a quick interest on me to visit, and I think you visit Philippines too, right? So when we talked, I said that we can visit you when we're going to China, and that's again something that will quickly enable us to understand how can we transfer that your expertise to our DTC clients, because everything about cost savings, cost efficiency. We want our clients to be experiencing that. And so, what we do in Move, we partner with the best agencies and supply chain practitioners so that we can provide them the best cost savings possible. Correct. So, first question is, since we had that what do you call this, the tour earlier and yesterday, one thing that stood out to me during my visit was how organized your warehouse is. And earlier, Bruce here and Vinny actually helped me understand the step-by-step process in inbound and the step-by-step process in outbound. And you mentioned before that you also has been working with drop shippers. So did it help in building the operations? What was the advantage to that?
That's a good question. We had from our initial contact with Laura and Move Supply, we did talk about the backgrounds that we're coming from. Move was coming from huge supply chain expertise background, and for us, we started from drop shipping going up.
Yeah.
And now what happened is drop shipping was really brutal. Like in the way that, in the sense that, you would actually have to be very dynamic with your order fulfillment, with your warehouse management, because most of these are products that are shipped out on demand.
Yeah.
So when the product is shipped out on demand, you need to be very agile.
Yeah.
So these bring up systems. Of course, we're transitioning with a lot more DTC brands, and DTC brands are now, having a lot of confidence with our fulfillment here in China and our 3PL. So this has built a lot more agility. So this has, improved systems. We had a conversation, of some things that we have on our platform. One of them is obviously we went to have a Shopify verified application,
Yeah.
which is not very common nowadays.
Yeah.
So we are actually verified on the Shopify app market store, and we have a running inventory management system based on what we've been through. So based on these, facts in terms of the agility, how fast, things move. For example, back in the days, you would have a client in the space would have, 300 orders in one day.
Yeah.
The next day, you go to 700, and the next day it goes to zero.
Okay.
So you have to be able to be very agile with these sort of systems for you to be able to, and this is sort of our DNA as in, and also explains, how, I think we're able to compete with a lot of, D2C 3PLs in the space,
Yeah.
based on that.
Yeah, we were talking earlier about the resilience that you've learned or contributed from that experience.
Exactly.
Thank you for answering that. Now, a question for Bruce. You mentioned that even during inbound, do a quality check, right? And then why do you decided to include quality check when it's not normal for other 3PL?
OK，其实现在我们这个阶段呢，其实我们在这个整个电子商务的情况已经进入了那个服务阶段，所以我们要让我们的品质服务的更好。在这个过程当中，我们就是想着第一想法，我们是如何保障我们的客户不出现投诉，因为我们知道他的投诉对于他整个店铺是非常重要啊，非常重要。所以说我们在这个环节当中，我们决定加入了为客户，我们也为我们的品牌来提升或提升整个一个品质的服务，减少客户的投诉啊，因为我们跟客户其实是一起同伴啊，只有客户赚到钱，我们才能赚到钱。所以我们的服务是要整体的提升，而不是只是简单的忽悠或者敷衍。
Okay, so now it comes the most important part is now turn out to be the service, and we found out that the quality is matters in the clients, and we found that if there are complaints on the products, it's harm to the clients, and so we now try to yes, we now try to help our clients without the complaints from the customers, and this is important. We want to grow with our clients, yes, and this is the economic growth. Yes.
So imagine if they so earlier when we did the tour, Omar and I saw actually for one of our clients as well, they as they deliver inbound, they opened the boxes, they checked, and they found probably 12, 15 rejected items. And we saw the rejection issues. And it's very important. Imagine those 15 to 20 products being shipped out to you as customers or international customers, and they will file for what do you call that, returns. So you have to refund, and then you have to pay for the return shipment. So that is very costly if every deliveries you have rejections. And not only that, you can also with that QC check, you also help save um, you can also help your client ask for a refund from the vendor, because most of the time when there's a reject internationally, it will be hard for the customers to take picture. Like it's so weird to say, "Hey customer, take a picture, take a video. What's wrong?" If they say, "I want to return it," they will just return it. So you don't have proof that they are rejected, and so it's hard to get a refund from your vendor. But when you have like pictures and videos that you send to your clients, and then their supply chain will now communicate to their vendor, here are your rejections. It's getting more and more every delivery. They'll get refund, and that's very important for DTC brands. So that's actually super helpful.
And it's not a common thing as well to have 3PLs do the QC. Maybe not a lot of DTC brand owners know that there are some 3PLs that have this type of service, and it's good that Speedfulfill does have that, and at least me and Lara have seen it firsthand. And it's also shows that I mean, they care about their clients, I guess. That they offer this kind of service. So yeah, maybe another quick question to Bruce. So you guys have built a powerful ERP system. How does that technology give you and your clients a competitive edge compared to traditional 3PL setup?
首先，我们为什么要开发这样的一个程序呢？就是我们其实，在考虑这个程序之前，我们做出它服务之前，我们其实是想做一个跟传统完全是不一样的。我们是想从源头就来解决客户的所有痛点，就让我们的客户可以通过系统和数字，很快速的感知到他的每一个订单或者每一笔库存，都可以很简单的能够感知到。这个是对于他在方便客户对于整个在运营他的商店和对他的电子商务和团队管理上都可以给他造成非常大的便捷。然后呢，我们这个当然这个要花很多钱，要花很多的时间去堆它，但是我觉得只有不断的提升这样的服务那才能够为客户和赢得市场、赢得客户的支持。这对于不单单是对于我们来讲是好处，对于客户来讲也是一个好处，对于他的品牌的提升和客户全球化的运作也是一个非常好的一个起点。我们会持续的做强它，让客户更加高效的便捷，让他更加注重在他的品牌开发上面，注重在他的整个品牌和库存的运营上面，能够更加的厉害。
Okay. In the first stage, we aim to interact the difference from the traditional trade, and we want to we want to solve all the pain points of the clients from the source from the first stage and to the end to end. And we want to show best on our data to meet the needs of the clients. Yes, including the orders or the inventory planning, and we know that it's costly and it's time consuming, but we are willing to do it because we want to make our service can we want to our clients can have best service, and we want to meet the demands of the market and also our clients, and we think this is very important for clients who has their own brands.
Yeah, yeah. It's actually so good to hear about problem solving. Supply chain is so deep in problem solving. If we stop solving problems, then supply chain is not gonna work. So I'm glad that you've mentioned that, Bruce, because I think it's always the testing phase. You learn from it, you improve, and then improve and improve, improve until you solve so many problems for this clients.
Yeah. And then something to add is when specifically in supply chain, when you're working with another ETC brand, it's always should be treated as a partnership because you are both basically partners when it comes to that. And I think that something I wanted to ask is how can you guys can share a specific example of how your tools have helped the client reduce errors or speed up fulfillment.
OK，就比如我们的一个订单，从客户的一个订单到我们整个仓库过后发出去，我们其中就有十几个环节比如说我们会通过我们的系统追踪，能够提前告知客户他的产品进行丢件是否需要补发。OK，还有另外一个问题是，比如我们的产品在快没有它的库存快没有的时候，我们会精准的预警让它能够更快速的让客户能够更快速的储存它的产品在等等等每个环节上，我们每一个订单传导的十几个环节当中，都是在验证和提效这个过程的一个准确性就是所以说我们的客户呢，在运作 是运作它的商店和销售它的产品的同时，它其实是非常便捷的。它只需要感知和看到 APP，它就能看到它的销售数据、库存数据和订单发货数据和在途当中的一些那个产品有多少没有发货啊，所以整个过程它是能够感知得到啊。当中有很多的环节，这个可能要讲的话，我可能要讲一天。
Yes, and because there are about 10 plus steps during the whole process, and now we are taking two examples. First is like if there are missing orders, missing products that need to resend, we will get the feedback from the logistics and as soon as possible, and we will contact the clients to see whether we will resend or we will do the refunds, and the next one is our system. There are we have the virtual warehouse which can be shown our at the end of our system, and once there is that stock, and we will the account manager we will let the clients know that, and so that they can inbound more inventories. Yes.
对，
I wanted to break a myth before I go to the next question because a lot of DTC owners out in North America, Europe, Australia, when they hear that the client when they hear that the 3PL and warehouse is outside their country, it's the confidence is not there yet, right? Because they think that it's hard to communicate, it's hard to negotiate, it's hard to work together. But what I've seen with Speedfulfill in this visit is how flexible and reliable you are in terms of your service. Like you have customer sales team members, you also have your different teams, and then the office and the warehouse is complete with team members, and so it's easier to communicate issues, problems, and there's not much middleman that can make the concerns longer, right? Because so it doesn't mean that the warehouse and fulfillment is outside their country. It's gonna be difficult because sometimes you can find a very good partner even outside. Um, Next question is actually for Mark. Speed. Talking about speed in communication is very important to e-commerce businesses. What's your secret in maintaining this level of service, especially when managing global brands? So you have a lot in Europe and some in US.
Yeah, we have a big background with EU e-commerce, and I think, like the name says, speed fulfill, not only fast fulfillment but also fast communication. I think from the get go we've had communication as one of our USPs for sure. Like we've always have a lot of belief in communication. Making sure that our customer understands what is happening behind the scenes. Communication also involves transparency as well. Coming to specifically speed, we have a very large window in terms of time because we work with different time zones in China.
Yes.
So we work with EU and US. So because of this, we're able to work, and see this window and kind of like, again, if you look at our communication with scheduling calls, we have, the window in the morning and we have a window as well in the evening time. This accounts for EU times and US times. So within a day, you're able to get that information in. We also are available 6 days a week. So that's also a game changer on weekends. So you're able to contact our team, and we have systems that allow you to speak, to speak to your account manager as well within sort of like later hours as well. So if you can see this, we actually account for a very wide, time zone in terms of how we're able to communicate, regardless of whether in the Philippines, Malaysia, Australia, the US, we can account for a very fast communication, and also we do get internal reviews, internal meetings. Some of like our systems we use, CRM systems as well, they make sure that we don't have anyone left out.
Yeah.
So we have systems in place and SOPs that team goes through every day to see. Okay, you know what, this client, because like we mentioned today, we have over 6,000 registered
Yeah.
using our app. So this allows us to have a very fast communication. And if I may add on as well, you have after sales as a big topic. After
Yeah.
sales is huge, and we have on the app a dedicated ticketing system. I think we need to talk about it for after sales. So, in terms of communication channels, of course, you spoke about a lot of DC brands. Want to work on Slack. We do account for both WhatsApp and Slack. So we go with the preference of the deep sea brand owner or founder, and we say, do you prefer to use Slack? We have a system built around your Slack. Do you want to go with WhatsApp? We'll build a system around WhatsApp, because I was speaking the other day. We had a situation where if you build a WhatsApp platform for someone who uses Slack, you're gonna get aired so many times because they're not online on WhatsApp. So we built a communication platform based on the preference of the DC brand.
That's another myth because they think that they cannot in here we cannot use Google, Slack, any project management tool. It's so old school. What they know, it's so old. Like they are shocked that now we have this technologies available in China as well. So definitely you can communicate real time with your clients.
Yeah, we do. We have these systems as well. We're trying to keep up, because at the end of the day, it has to be convenient for the brand owner who needs to communicate, and then we adapt accordingly.
Yeah. And connected to that, customer service is often overlooked in logistics. That's why I told you earlier when you mentioned that you have a full team of customer sales, after sales, in Speedfulfill, I got shocked because it's not very common. How do you ensure that your support team and operations stay aligned so client always feel heard and supported and they can easily solve the problems?
In terms of customer service, we have account managers who are basically responsible for the client and their day-to-day communication activities, as well as anything all around about the fulfillment of that client in the 3PM. So what you have with an account manager is, because like we said, coming from a drop shipping background, you also do a lot of sourcing as well. So with sourcing, you have sourcing and you also have fulfillment and you have order management. So with these put together, then our team is based or trained to communicate for different scenarios. And this allows, we try to keep this customer satisfaction as high as possible based on that. Another thing that we do as well is we usually have not only one customer service, but we have two people in the group chat. Their responsibilities are split. So you have an operator and you have someone who will be talking to you on a daily basis. So what we do is we try to have at least two people in the group chat or the Slack channel, so that they can be able to keep up with this customer service and also keep that customer satisfaction, as high as possible.
Yeah, that's very good. How do you balance? So we had a very good discussion about this earlier. Speed, quality, right?
Yes.
How do you balance speed with accuracy, especially this VFCM Black Friday Cyber Monday?
That's a good question. That's a good question. Because with speed, I think there's two things. Balancing the two, I think you're looking at a good service. And accuracy, I think, is key in terms of having either speed or accuracy. Because at the end of the day, the client wants their product as fast as possible. Can you compromise on speed? What I can say is it's not the best situation, but we've seen that we talked about this. If you communicate to expectation, communicate customer expectation. Because at the end of the day, if you are going to have a piece of clothing and you have an event that you're going to go to, a Christmas event, and you need this in a certain time frame, then you need to have that customer expectation, put on the website or the platform of the deep sea brand owner. So I know it's, of course, most people would say both, but I think I would lean more to accuracy and still try to, at least be as fast as possible, because at the end of the day, with no supply, with Speedfulfill, there may be things that may be out of our control. I will give some context to that. Especially last Black Friday, we had this situation, I think in Norway, where we shipped out as fast as possible for
Yeah.
speed. Like in turn, China Unit Express 4PX. I'm not sure if the audience is familiar with that, but that's the first mile logistics in China.
Yeah.
Shipped out as soon as possible.
Yeah.
And all these products arrived on Christmas Day in Norway. Now in Norway, first of all, they'll have staff. And then also this led to a lot of packages just being piled up, and then with that high capacity, they're not able to actually have this shipped out, as soon as possible. But the thing is, with these situations, sometimes in logistics, some things are out of your control. But what we can control for sure is accuracy. I think accuracy is key. One thing you can do for sure is accuracy. Speed, we also bring that to the table as well. We bring speed and accuracy. And I think it's always nice to just, to give people sort of understanding of, both sides so that they can make an informed decision. Yeah. So I think we spoke about it today as a team as well, how accuracy is key, even with inventory management, and how Speedfulfill actually, we are very accurate with our inventory management, as you've seen today. Our inventory management that is reflected on the app is quite accurate. So these are things that we can work with.
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah, and I think a lot of brands it really pays to have that accuracy on not just your inventory tool, but also what is in the system of your 3PL. And it helps just because we have worked with a lot of brands that have some discrepancies in what's actually at the warehouse and what's on their tool. So I think with Speedfulfill, what they're doing right now is really good in terms of transparency as well, and matching both what's in your system as a DTC brand and what's also in the warehouse. I think that's something that's really appreciated in as a DTC.
And I'll just add, when everything else fails, like as you said, out of control, there are so many things. I think the next step there is the fast communication to inform the client this is happening, so please expect. Because when they don't hear from you, that's where the trust breaks. Right?
That is a very, very big point in terms of proactivity with our communication. Yes. We always are asking our team and training the team to be proactive with the communication. Because proactive communication, there are things, external factors that you cannot control. But what you can do is you can make this efficient as possible, so that the person can be able to see what the next steps are, how they can handle the news. Tariffs is an example of something, out of, an external geopolitical issue. And then we can give you steps and inform, on DC brand owners how to go about it. So,
Yeah, and I think that's very helpful as well that they see you guys as someone that they can count on because you guys are on the ground here, and yeah, you guys know the space. Yeah. So I've got a question for Bruce. So I think you guys are growing. A lot of brands out there are growing. So with so many brands scaling fast, what's your approach to helping them grow without worrying about fulfillment bottlenecks?
哦，是非常好的问题。这个就是一个我们如何服务好，让客户变大，客户不会受到因为我们的瓶颈，因为我们处理能力而被限制啊。这当中其实是我们跟客户更重要的是这是我们公司经营理念当中更重要的一点，是我们要跟客户跟传统行业我们不一样，是我们跟客户经常会通话。这个时候我们能够感知到是客户所传递给我们的信息，包括他们准备做广告，准备做一些库存的投入。这个时候我们会提前感知，我们会为未来的一些旺季或者未来客户的做增量，我们会在后端做准备。这个时候必须跟客户长期建立好沟通的关系啊，这非常重要。另外一个点就是从我们的后台 ERP 数据上面，我们能看到很多数据的上升。我们也会跟客户会有反推，我们的客户经理，我们的后台数据中心能够感知到客户准备的上升。这个阶段，我们会通过跟客户沟通，结合我们自己的数据，然后我们加强我们的后台。对，就像现在我们不断在引入一些的高阶人才，让我们整个的中后台系统、客户服务、物流、售后各个方面能够在不断的提升。这是我们 所做到的这一点。同步两个同步。
Okay, first, as we have mentioned that we will have calls with our clients, and this is one way that we stay, we keep in touch with our clients, and through the call, we can get the feedback of their informations they are planning to expand their brands to put forward the aids, and in this way, we can know we can get all everything ready at our back end. And in this part, the most important is we keep the strong relationship with our clients. And besides that, we will also proactively to see the data best on our back end, and we can see the data, and the account manager can know their daily order volume and what's going on at their back end. So we will put some proposals to our clients to get ready for the coming Black Friday or the past seasons. Yes.
And also, like, I get that it always goes down to again communication, right? Everything that you've mentioned is also again connected to relationship, then communicating to your client, that is the key to your success. And I'm actually, I just thought of this right now. Right now I see that it's like white glove service that you're doing, right? It's very special in terms of communication, and of course with this service that you have, it's undeniably that you will grow fast. And when you grow fast, I just wanted to ask maybe Bruce as the CEO, and you can answer too, like, what can you do to ensure that when you grow big, like maybe a big building, and we're in fulfilling, how can you maintain that strong relationship, communication with your current clients?
就是通过我们的服务，我还是在此强调，要用我们的服务精细化，就让我们的服务更加的透明，然后更加的精细，每一个环节都是做的比较细的啊，包括质检、入库啊，然后包括为客户的品牌建议啊，我们接下来将会利用一些数据化啊，为客户做一些品牌建议啊，品牌就是我们它的某一个产品或者某一些的数据做得比较好，我们也能够有感知啊。通过透明的服务，通过透明的一个建立一个超级的信任啊，有些很多东西都是在沟通当中就能够解决。然后我们可以利用我们在中国的优势啊，还有全球的一个优势啊，我们有很多的资源整合，这个为客户赋能更多方面的一个服务吧啊，包括它的各个方面，比如在银行啊这一些银行系统上，或者说在总的来讲，就是我们会在这个服务上不断的做下更透明，让客户更感知啊，只有这样子，我觉得跟客户不断的让客户不断提需求，我们不断的调整，我们才能做得更大更好。要跟客户一起进步，很多需求是由客户提出来。
Yes. I think the key is the service, and we now want to bring our service more accurate and more transparent in every step. And we will also make some brand suggestions to our clients. And through this process, we think the trust between us and the clients is the most important. And through communication, we can integrate our advantages so as to help the clients, so as to help the brand owners to grow bigger. So as we have said that we want to grow with our clients, and in this we bear this in mind, and we need to put trust and put the service better. Yes.
Okay. AI and automation are changing VPL landscape. And during our visit earlier, you've mentioned that the machines will be upgraded. You're slowly improving the systems, right? How is Speedfulfill preparing for the next wave of technology in warehousing and logistics.
That's mine.
Yes.
Okay. AI logistics, I think. I mean, in terms of warehousing, um, first of all, we want to get an upgrade in the
Yeah,
warehouse.
yeah.
We want to get an upgrade. Right now, I think we're doing really decent numbers.
Yeah.
It's quite organized and
Yeah.
it's quite a standard process.
Yeah.
So with that standardization, what we're looking for is now how do you improve efficiency?
Yeah.
So efficiency basically with not only systems. I think the first step will be systems in terms of software systems that can integrate with our inventory management system and nature warehouse management system, and then mainly integrating AI robots because basically in China you have these kind of technologies kind of I would say easier to tap than compared to other parts of the world. So you can tap into this at a very I would say affordable investment, especially if the other time we had a visit of a big company called Rico, and they do printing, and we had a look at their warehousing, and for them, we were like always looking at which point, how can we improve our automations, and the automations basically meant that we're looking, of course, you want a fully automated warehouse would be the goal, but of course you need the human aspect to be basically just be more efficient and spend tasks or their time on something that's more efficient. So in terms of AI and automation, I especially as compared, I mean, as just narrowing down to the warehouse, I think we'll see a lot more, robotics and trying to see, the route in the warehouse is very important. How long,
Yeah.
how efficient. We talked about
Yeah.
exactly how clean, and these are things that in terms of warehouse management.
Maybe a few years from now, the robots are picking.
We'll be picking, yeah, exactly. The robots
Right?
will be picking and doing the packing and probably hitting up as well. But yeah, let's see if they're strong enough.
Yeah. So before I ask the last question, I just wanted to explain to the listeners and viewers how they can quickly work with you. So you can fulfill internationally, right? And as long as you are you as a brand agrees to us to arrange of delivery lead times, and they can do that as well. And I believe you're probably um, asking so many questions right now, like I didn't know it's possible to have a fulfillment outside my country, right? So this is really not very new, but it has been. You've been here since
2020. Yeah, yeah.
so it's possible, and you're not limited to just the warehouses and 3PL in your country, especially the tariff situation. So there's a new announcement. It's 47%. It's bigger than the current. What can help them, Mark? I just realized this is when they have a full PO, full delivery, like for example one container, they will send it to US. They will pay the full tariff. When they send it to you and you send the products per order, they only pay the tariff for every order. So cash flow is protected. They pay for tariff, but in small portions. So it's not just only because you wanted to fulfill internationally, but because it's cost effective at this point. Yeah. And majority of our clients who are using platforms like Speedfulfill, they do like split inventory. They have in the US, in Europe, in Australia, and they have percentage here in China. So if the client is willing to wait, they get to fulfill from here. If the client or if the customer wants quick delivery like Amazon, then they can use our warehouse for a high cost, right?
Exactly.
So for the indie brands listening to this, who are exploring fulfillment partners in China, what makes Speed Fulfill kind of partner they want to grow long term? And maybe this is for Mark and for Bruce.
OK，这个是我今天想跟那个拉拉他们合作，一直想对大家讲，就是我们其实不仅仅是一个履约供应商啊，我们是 我们的客户在中国的供应链的延伸和增长的合作伙伴。许多品牌最初找到我们呢，只是为了解决发货的问题但是他们选择长期留下来，一定是要因为我们共同解决增长这个课题所带来的。我认为一个有长期合作的伙伴应该要具备3个核心。第一个核心是在技术和洞察力的预见，就是比如说在高速阶段，最大的风险是对供应链的失灵你在发展阶段，你应该要知道对供应链要有感知，就我们的系统可以提前看到这些前所未有的这种能见度对每一个库存每一个单位实时监测。这个时候为我们的客户呢预测到他的销售以及他的库存需求，从被动转为主动，大胆的营销，大胆做广告。这样的话，我们就可以成为他可靠的后盾，这样他不用担心。第二点 ，2 就是我们在规模和弹性能力上，D2 是一个品牌，不是一下子慢慢做的，它是有可能会经历过 Q4，有可能是100个订单，也有可能交1万个订单，对不对？对于这种高频率和多种模式、多复杂的这种弹性的这种能力，我们是完全具备的。我们是有具备很多复杂能力订单的处理，以及基础流程无缝的衔接就永远你的增长不会因为你突然间增长到1000单、1万单，我们适应不了。我们已经做了预判跟前期的一个预警，所以说我们这个都在报单之前的几天，我们就做好了准备。第3点就是我们最重要的一点，就是以客户为核心，就是我们知道每一次的发货送到的不仅仅是产品，都是一个品牌，就是你相信了我，这个产品给到我来为你发货，你就是相信了我，就是对一个品牌、对消费者的一个承诺。所以我们深知的知道，把客户的产品发得好，快速的发到客户的手上，让他得到体验，这个是我们共同的一个信仰，而不是只是简单我们为客户而发货，这样的是做不久的就是大概是这样的一个情况。然后我们呢，我们在这个质检的最后1公里，就是以维护客户品牌我们都会透明的，就是对我们的团队有一个KPI 很严格的 KPI 管理，确保我们能够把客户的这个品牌维护的比较高效。那归根结底就是在品牌的增长，我们会我们是品牌选择长期伙伴呢，是在这个选择信任和安心，就是我们要让我们每一个客户都能够便捷，能够和在为他做就是他的商品全球化，能够做一个坚强的后盾。通过技术的预见，经过考验的弹性，以及以客户为中心的精神，为客户带来好的服务，共同成长。
So this is also what I want to talk to both supply chain and the audience. And we not only act as a supplier, we also want to act as a supply chain partners with our clients. And we first actually the clients first meet us and they want us to help them with the fulfillment and through the process, through the procedure, uh, we want to help them to grow. Yes, and in terms of grow, we have the technology, which is our ERP. Is our at our backend we have some data and we can know the changes of our clients in time, and we will based on our analysis will inform our clients about what they can do. And in this step we are working as a strong supporter for our clients. And also for example in Q4 there may some clients may have 10k 10k 20k orders per day is a big rocket. And we have the ability to deal with it because as I have mentioned that we can based on the data we can predict in the future and what will be going on of our clients. So we are already in advance.
Yeah.
Yes, and the third one is we are client centered, which means we not only ship out the products, we ship out the brands, we ship out
That's
the
so good.
service to our customers. Yes, and we keep in mind our commitments to the customers. Yes, and in speak of the quality check, we have a high demand. We have a high requirements of our staff. Yes, every step we should make sure the product is perfect. Can I say perfect? Yes, with good quality. And I think this is very important because it's not only the trust between us and the clients, and it's also the trust between the brands and the customers. Yes.
That's so good to hear because a lot like the reality a lot of partners they just do transactions, right? It's not actually a partnership, and I sad to say I've experienced this firsthand in the US, like a lot of very transactional, and we cannot even request things to them. So I'm very grateful and happy to see someone like Move Supply Chain who has also this care and support to our clients. And I can't wait for our clients to be working with you, Mark, Vinny, and Bruce. I think this is going to be like a huge help to them in terms of cost efficiency and even like a better service, right? So yeah, and I'm looking forward to more. And maybe this is also something that Move Supply Chain can get from Speedfulfill because they are on the ground. We are in Jinjia.
Ginger, yeah.
Jinjia. We're in Jinjia right now. So it's like 4 hour train from Guangzhou where we're staying for Canton Fair. But we were hosted by the Speed Fulfill team and we visited the warehouse, the offices, and hoping that this is the start of many collaborations together for our clients.
We're super excited. We're really excited to have you guys. I think it's a very big opportunity for both of us. And yeah, I hope you guys, we're going to meet again in Canton. Probably going to share out this with the rest of your community.
Yes.
And yeah, it's you guys are, really proud for this partnership. So Move and Speak for Free, I thank you for having us.
Thank you, Omar, for joining. Thank you, Vinny. Thank you, Bruce. Thank you,
Thank
Mom.
you. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Bye.